Well, my last little video certainly rattled a few people's cages, didn't it? But the funny thing is, although I got a little bit of slagging off, not much, I must admit, I would say 99% of people seem to be in agreement, or those that showed a preference, so they say. So yeah, and it was actually the top performing video for a while, well, certainly in the last month. So I'm not going to carry on doing ranty ravey like that. I might just restart my other channel that I've got where I do take the piss and rant and rave and stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Thank you all for your support on that, by the way. But enough of that for this week. Let's see what's happened this week then, shall we? Let's start the vlog. Good morning everyone, it's Sunday and it's a beautiful day here on the marina, as you can see. Lovely blue skies. We've got a bit of work to do today because we've got to prep the boat for going in to have a bung all fixed tomorrow, or back end. So I've got to remove the vent boxes off the back because I'm going to make those again myself because I'm all right with me wood. So I'll show you what we're going to do. Both these boxes on either side need replacing, so they've got to come off anyway to do the floor. So I'm going to try and take them off in one bit, so I can basically just trace the new parts onto a piece of wood, cut them all out and make those. So that's what I'm going to do today. Then we just got to get rid of all the rubbish, fill her all up with water and basically just prep her up so that we're okay sitting in the tunnel for a week. Doesn't she sound lovely? She looks a bit of a state, but she sounds lovely. She smokes a little bit because she's a lister, but she sounds lovely. I'm so excited because this is the last time the back end's going to look like this. Hopefully in a few days time she'll all look nice. Back end will all be sorted. As you can see, I tried to get the boxes off but they didn't come off in one piece, so I think I'm going to leave them. I'm going to let Lee have a little look before I get me man muscles at it and whack the shite out of them, so we'll see what happens. Probably just leave them as they are and let them deal with it. Bye. Somebody's been planting all the flowers for Hannah the Narrowboat. These will go on the front and up on roof. Don't they look pretty and lovely, I say? Good morning everyone. It's Monday and it's Hannah is going in to have some surgery today for the back decks. So she's had nil by mouth and she's already, I'm not quite sure what time the people are going to come and take her in. And I suppose I think it's hire boat day today, so they'll be sorting those out this morning. Then I would presume they'll come up and take the boat into the tunnel with me aboard. So hopefully I'll be able to vlog a bit of it and cover what they're doing with the back decks. And I'll show you all the stages and see what goes on. It's actually quite exciting. It's going to cost us a bloody fortune. Probably about 3.5 to 4.5 grand, I would have thought. But there you go. Hopefully it'll outlast us then. Bye. We're off. They haven't fallen through the back yet. Plumes of smoke from an engine that hasn't gone anywhere for a couple of years. Good old Lister technology. That's it then, we're in. All ready to go. How exciting, bye. Absolutely rotten.
Makes it easier to take apart.
Yeah. Absolutely. At least you don't have to worry about undoing screws.
I've done one.
They're like welded in them blooming ones on the edge, aren't they?
You have to grind them off.
Yeah. Well, work is well underway now. It looks horrific with all the back end being chewed up. Yeah, it's quite bad under there, but at least it's being done. And I'm off out to go and get the post. So I'll see you in a bit, bye.
There you go.
Have you got a boat hook in here?
Yeah, there's one down here. Do you need it?
Yeah, it's
a rope down there, will you?
have to stick it round the corner to get the back rope.
I'll get it for you. Right, I can see your rope, hang on. Give me the end. There. Got it?
Got it?
Right, right.
It'd be funny if I go floating off into the middle, wouldn't it?
Well, we weren't
See ya.
Oh, the rope come off, sorry.
Yeah, if you end up anywhere near your old guard, I'll pull you in.
Excellent.
Oh,
Hey, well done.
wet rope.
Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
That looks like a job. Round to the outside.
I'll do this again tomorrow with the other way round.
She's definitely looking a wee bit sorry for herself. But she'll all be better soon. It's a bit like being on holiday. Having a completely different view. It's quite nice for a change. Yes, it's certainly a bit unusual having a different view. Ooh, look, Long John's got his back doors open. This is for sale for what, 46,500, so we could go and have a little look, couldn't we? I bet Lee's going to want to go and have a little look inside. She's more nosy than me. Lee's home, everybody. She's very scruffy.
Hector doesn't like the pontoon.
Hello, Hector.
Like my tan lines from yesterday.
Woo! You don't seem impressed, Hector.
He doesn't like me.
Right, let's look at the difference between me and Lee. This is what I consider to be an ultimately healthy meal. I've got radishes, spring onions, some ham, some coleslaw, some little tomatoes, which I'm not so happy about, some cheese and some ham. Then we go over to Lee.
And loads of salt.
And she has some weird shit there, doesn't she? What the... that's posh avocado-y stuff,
That's
isn't it?
avocado,
Yeah, that's for...
balsamic glaze,
for
and
snowflakes, I'm sorry.
rapeseed oil, and some
Pasta.
pesto pasta.
And Lee, we're going to try an experiment now. Alright. Look next door. Look at the door.
Mm.
Look at the hatch.
Look at the door and look at the hatch. It's open.
Yes.
It's open. Yes.
I bet you end up in that boat later.
Why?
Having-
Oh, 'cause it's open.
Yeah, having a nose. I know you will. Will you take the camera with you? You know you're gonna, don't you? I know she's gonna. You know she's gonna. Don't even shake your head. You will. Bye. The resident heron has come to say hello. Well, that's not a bad view, is it? What a beautiful sky. I'm actually doing a time lapse with the big camera, so hopefully that'll come out nice. But it's nice to have a different view every now and again. Bye. Look at this, another beautiful start to the day, and it's day 2 of the repairs. Wonder what today will bring. Lots of noise and metalwork, I think. Hector, you're on board for today, aren't you? I hope you're not going to bark and growl at everybody, because yesterday you weren't here, were you? You was out with Mummy. But today you're here on the boat, and I know what you're going to do. You have to be a good boy, don't you? You have to be a good boy. Dave is wielding the big one, I say. God, I didn't know you had such a big one, Dave.
Big one.
I might have to duck in a minute with all the sparks.
Let's get out of this one, I think.
So, you may ask, what's actually been done today? Well, they have cleaned out the bilges. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see because it's getting a little bit dark in here now. But this is the driest and cleanest it's been for a while. They've cut all the edges off, or a lot of the edges. They've cut off the base of the back rail, which came out from here, or there, sorry. And they've started cutting this back because they were experimenting to see where the steel would go under here. So what's going to happen is they're going to weld to here, and it's going to go down, then down in an L or a Z sort of type of thing, you know what I mean. That way, that way, that way. And then there'll be the channels running across, and there'll be drainage, a couple going that that way along there, and then the boards will go on top and they'll actually sit lower, because before they were proud to this, they were this much higher on the top. So hopefully now this will be it done forever and the edges won't rot. I have noticed one little problem we've got. If you can see that in the middle of the screen, that's our MMPT thing or whatever it is for the solars, and that stopped working for some reason, or it seems to have. I've had a little fiddle with the wires while they've not been here, and the controller inside the little LCD screen still isn't working, so our solars aren't actually working at the moment. And one thing that Lee will be really happy about is we've had a bit of a slug infection. If you can have a look here, we've got a bit of rot going along here, which will all be sorted, but there was a block attached to that, a wooden block, and inside that wooden block were literally hundreds of slugs, and they've been getting inside the boat. And as Lee gets up first thing in the morning, she's the one that stands on them. So she'll be happy that that's sorted. So we are getting there. It's going to take a little bit longer than we thought, probably cost a little bit more than we thought, but you know what, it just has to be done. And again, what a lovely evening. I don't mind being here, it's actually quite a nice view. Nighty night everyone, I'll see you tomorrow. Day 3 and we're off again. We've got the wind against us now.
Get deeper. Getting a lot deeper. There's a fucking rug down here.
Yeah, it's on the front.
Oh, is that rug? Yeah.
You don't want it on there?
Well,
Yeah. Well, Lewis is pulling along the jetty. Proper job. I was in there a couple of days ago. Huh? Well, it has for fastest it's been for a couple of years anyway. I think it's going to be a bit noisy today. Have a guess where I'm going? I'm off to the manor again to pick up another parcel. Well, actually, it's to pick up a parcel that I had to return. I hadn't told you any of this yet. The Black Magic camera that I got is from America, and it's a bit of a niche thing. So, you know, it's not like going to Curry's and buying a Toshiba or something like that, or, you know, a Pentax or whatever. It had a fault on the LCD screen, and although I could record with it, it was irritating. I couldn't quite use it exactly how it should be used, so that got returned, or was being returned today. But RCB Logic, who I bought it off, have been absolutely brilliant, and they got me one out quickly, one that they actually had in stock, and that's should be at the manor now, and the other one's being picked up today as well, the one that's going back, so I didn't actually have to be without the camera for any period of time. And as for Hannah, she's coming along. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit of a long job, a bit slow to start off with, but we can kind of see how it's all going to fit together now, and it's actually quite good the way that Dave's doing it. I mean, Dave's top bloke anyway, but yeah, I can kind of see the vision of what they're doing now. So it's not going to be finished till next week actually. We're going to be in there a lot longer, because there's some parts that won't come till Monday, so we'll get the majority of it done, and we'll see where we are. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye. We're on the move again. Off to the half tunnel. This is the most cruising I've done for 2 years.
not noticed.
got my new camera back. So, end of day 3, and where have we got to? Probably doesn't look like there's been a lot done, but there actually has. We've got, this has all been cut now and stripped back all the way along. The same on the other side. And now we have found some pinholes in the fuel tank, so I'm going to repair that myself. It's no big deal, it's just a bit of putty will go in there, that'll be fine. They sounded like they were panicking about it, but seriously, it's just no big deal. So that's where we're at the moment. Most of the work today was actually done with bending all the metal, which is going to be used for the channeling along here. And I would think over the next day or two, you'll see a massive change. That's where we're at today. Bye. Oh, and if you've seen this box in videos, you can see it's falling apart. I am going to actually order all the metal, and we're going to do all this bottom part in metal instead, because the structure's fine. It's just looking a bit tatty, but I'll sort that out. And then of course we'll repaint the boat, clean everything up, and it'll be splendid again. It's a lovely evening, although it looks a bit cloudy. It's very warm, a bit humid, and apparently we've got storms coming in. So let's see what happens. I love a good storm. Bye! Oh, and lastly, haven't I got fabulous hair today, I say. Fabulous! Bye! Day 4 of the deck rebuild, and I suppose we're going to go off to the other side again in a minute. I can just hear the guys who just turned up. So it seems summer's over, by the way. The next 5 or 6 days is just rain. Bye. What a punt. You've got it down to a T now. I'll have to get in here. Lee, have you ever had a wrecked boat before?
Yes. I wrecked a boat before.
You did, you blew up our Spindrift, didn't you, our Freeman 22?
I did.
Well, it doesn't look like a lot's been done again, to be honest with you, but I kind of do know that there's been a fair bit done. I've been watching and seeing. You can see we've now got this piece of steel work going across at the bulkhead, and there's a little hole down there that you saw the welding of earlier. That's one of the channels. And that's kind of all we've done, really. I suppose that doesn't sound like a lot. I think Dave's just been fanning around, do you, Lee? He's been fanning around. He'll hate me for that.
Pulled away to 99 other jobs.
I know he does. Well, I hope we're not being charged for the other jobs he's being pulled off on. Mind you, being pulled off ain't a bad thing, is it, every now and again?
What's the matter, Hector?
So, yeah, so there we are. That's where we're at again today. We are thinking, because the rail that goes around the back that you see before is actually a bit rotten, and I'm wondering whether not to have a rail at all and actually build a curved back of made out of wood, like a cupboard, on each side. So we've got some storage outside and then the seating on the top of that, because we've always hated sitting out here. It's been horrible. And the seats we've got on that rail are just nasty. So I don't know. I'll have a little word with Dave and the boys tomorrow and see where we go, because obviously the Mawson will then have to be taken into account. And I still need to have a look at the fuel tanks. But I did look online today, and I say the holes ain't that bad. That ain't no big a deal, because it's not a pressurised tank, you see. So there's some type of butyl thing that we can put on top, and then it seeps into it and should seal it. So I had a look at that online today. So we'll see. Things are coming along slowly. We'll probably be in the tunnel for another 74 weeks. See you later, bye. Are you showing a little interest in what's going on, Hector?
He just felt like he was left out, I think.
Lee, have a guess what?
What?
Excuse my flatulence. Hi there, mate. Good morning everyone, it's day 5 of the Great Deck rebuild, and I don't think we ordered this weather. It's absolutely peeing down, and it's set to be like this for all day and all day tomorrow and all day for the rest of the time. Bye. Well, to be honest, there's not really been a lot done to the boat today. Just a couple of downward structures, and that's it really. Poor old Dave's been being pulled pillar to post, not even allowed to use a saw because someone else was cutting something else with it, so I don't know what to say. So I think that just about brings the end of this vlog, because nothing's going to happen to the boat over the weekend, so it'll be back in on Monday. I think it's going to be at least another week before we see anything really done on this, but we'll see. It depends if they let Dave actually get on with it and do it. So yeah, there we go. Bye. Have a lovely weekend. See you next week. Bye.